20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. My last 3 brain cells somehow how it ain't no limits. Right now I'm visualizing that I'm swimming in the pool. Next minute I'll hopping in the kitchen. Last night I threw a housewarming party. It was litter than Christmas. When it rains it pours, faith open doors. So cry me a river. Imagine that, being passionate. It ain't even happen yet. I'm an advocate for the dreamers. Non-believers can't fathom that, but I can fathom it. Cause they ain't none got nothing to lose, but yet they gain some. Steady running it up, I thought I'd spring some. Leaving my mark just like a stain some. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. We deep in my imagination. Multi-million-dollar house, watch your feet in my imagination. On play by my imagination. Pray, believe, receive, and name me today in my imagination. Be a manifester, be a man with a big bang. My cup overflows. What that mean, man? Big drain, big G-Wagon, Bravas. I got a big tank, black and gold interior, tearing down the barriers. Big thanks to G.O.D. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money. 20,000 ain't nothing. 30,000 ain't nothing. 50,000 ain't nothing. I got money on money on money.
I wish I didn't feel it. I know it just ain't right, but it seems to pop up in my head morning, noon, and night. I just can't release it. The memory of you. Mama never told me love would leave me so damn blue. And I got misery, cause I know loving you's a sin. You got me on my knees praying that I don't give in. And baby, you and me never ever could happen. So I got misery, cause I love you till the end. You said that you love me, but I'm the only one. But what you call monogamy is lying to everyone. Well, I give you your freedom, but that's not the end of that. So you reached in and stole my heart, and now I want it back. And I got misery, cause I know loving you's a sin. You got me on my knees praying that I don't give in, baby. You and me never ever could have been. So I got misery, cause I love you till the end. I'm so blue, can't let go, I can't let go. I'm so blue, and I can't stop loving you. I'm so blue, can't let go, and I can't let go of you. You give me sweet misery, cause I know loving you's a sin. You got me on my knees praying that I don't give in, baby. You and me never ever ever could happen. So I got misery. bed. So I got misery. Oh, I got it bad, got it bad, I got it so darn bad, baby. Praying that I don't give in, baby. You and me, we never ever could have been. So I got misery, and I love you till the end. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oh, babe. Oh, baby. Oh,
Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Listen, this week has gone by so fast that I don't know what day it is, honestly. Hi everybody. Welcome. We are on day 3 of 12 days of sweetness. First of all, I want to just take a pause and give myself a little. Hi, Kamaria. Welcome. I love seeing you on here. Thank you for joining us and being so engaged in this experience. I really appreciate it. We said we was going to do 12 days straight, 12 days straight of sweetness, of storytelling, of resource sharing, of community building. And I am overfilled with joy. And so thank you for joining us again for day 3. If this is your first time seeing this stream, if you're like, what is 12 Days of Sweetness? Let me give you a little recap. So I am Rakita Lillard Brown, the founder of Holistree and curator of The Sweet Life. Every year since I've had Holistree, we have done some kind of wellness holiday style event. It's usually the 12 days of wellness because I love Christmas. I love the holiday season. And I love all things wellness, especially for Black women. And so we've always done this thing. This year, I really wanted to be more intentional, more expansive, if you will, on how we were sharing the value of sisterhood, community, sweetness, right? Like we are really trying to drill into you all's spirit, mind, body, soul, that sweetness, a sweet life is available to you at any point, no matter what is happening around the world, around your world, even when things feel hard or unpleasant, sweetness is still there. There's always these sweet moments. And so we have created this signature, it is our signature brand, The Sweet Life. It is where we cultivate, where we conjure up, where we connect, where we teach, where we hold, where we support, where we love, where we celebrate all things Black women. Holistree really is a love letter to Black women, and The Sweet Life is the tool, the practice that we use to offer these pieces of what we really think a sweet life could look like, feel like, taste like, smell like. It runs the gamut. And so this 12 days of sweetness is really us doubling down on pouring into you. Not only are we doing these live streams every day, which include myself, it includes one of the 15 amazing luxury curators who each have their own businesses. They are therapists, they are priestess, they are womb workers, healers, breath workers, intuitives, astrologers, musicians, artists. The amount of talent and power and skill and experience that these women have is chef's kiss. Not just in my opinion, in many, many opinions. Okay. And so they have all come together and said yes to this amazing 12-day practice. We do have a free community on the Circle platform. It is free to join and be a part of it. That is where all of the lessons, the recordings, are held. That is how you can get access to them. These are recordings that range from 5 minutes all the way to 45 minutes. These women have really, really put their like essence into these pieces. I'm talking conversations around ritual rest and reverence. I'm talking breath work. I'm talking womb activation. I'm talking new year forecasts. I'm talking sisterhood and loving gestures and lessons on how to build your inner integrity. I'm talking ritual and meditation and activations into dream portals. The recordings are amazing. I told these women when they said yes that they did not have to worry about doing any editing. They could send me what they had and we would do all of that. And they were like, no, no, I got this. No, no, I will put my special touches on this. And it has been amazing. So, if you are not a part of the circle, if you have not joined the actual experience itself, I want to encourage you to pause and go over there and fill out the form. It is just your name and your email. You will get an email that gives you your access link. You have to complete your profile to even see the recordings, but they're in there and they're absolutely beautiful. The circle will stay open until January 1st. It's not just over at the end of this 12 days. You have some time. You have some time to really, really dive into the lessons that are being offered. You have time to cultivate some new friendships. You can even connect with the curators directly inside the circle. If you see a lesson from them or something that they have said on one of these lives and you're like, I want to work with them, I need to be in their atmosphere as I step into 2026, guess what? You can message them directly in the circle. There is a marketplace that has offerings from oracle decks to affirmation decks to coaching programs, one-on-one sessions. There are products in there. There are even retreats in there that are available. There is the larger membership to join the society. There's so many offerings in there. There's astrology readings, y'all. Like, I could talk about this all day, the magic and the value that's inside the circle for free. But go experience it yourself. And so that is what the 12 days of sweetness is all about. Day one, we were joined with the amazing Sister Mathina from Nisa Nova, and we had a really good opening conversation around inner integrity, practicing that, and really building sisterhood. There were some beautiful gems in that conversation that I am still replaying myself in my head, right? Like talking about being a mirror, your circle, the women in your life are mirrors. It should feel safe and loving to have conversations when it's not when you feel like you need something more, right? Like always practicing. It is a practice because we have heard this time and time again how women have tried to have relationships with other women and they have fallen apart. They didn't end well, they didn't start well. And listen, it is a practice, right? We keep trying because it is also a part of a sweet life. And having a sweet life does not always mean that it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. There are going to be uncomfortable moments because sweetness, right? Sugar sometimes is sticky. Sugar sometimes can rot your teeth. Sometimes it can be too much. But we learn how to have just the right amount of balance. And so when you're able to do that in your relationships, especially in sisterhood, there is this magic that happens. that helps you move through the world in a sweeter way. So that was our first day. The second day, we had a conversation with the amazing Vanessa Smithers. She is a narrative consultant, and we talked about telling your story, especially Black women, the stories that we have been told about ourselves, the stories that we tell about ourselves, the stories that we tell ourselves, right? And how we are able to shift that so that it is powerful and impactful and it is not harmful and it is healing. And learning that if we do not tell our story, that leaves room for others to do that. And so telling our story is a part of our legacy and it can be powerful. And the language that we use is so powerful. That was the conversation yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful. Today, y'all, today is a double. So we have two curators joining us today. The first being the amazing Jenn Roberts, founder of Color Girls Liberation Lab. We're talking about dreaming up a beautiful, pleasurable, joy-filled life. We're talking a little bit about Afrofuturism. We're talking about what happens when you do allow yourself to dream. And I got a story for that after I do this recap and rundown. So that conversation is happening. It's happening at 7:00. Jenn will be joining us on the stage, and we will dive into that conversation and play a little game. Because I like doing rapid fire and then adding to our beautiful 12 Days of Sweetness song. And then, because, one curator is just not enough, we have another one joining us. The amazing OsunKemi is joining us, also known as Lady Shepsa. She is the founder of Let Go, Let Goddess. It's always a good time when her and I sit down and have a conversation. If you are familiar with Holistree, then you know that we have a podcast called How'd You Get So Sweet? And OsunKemi was one of the storytellers last year. And so, yes, I'm looking forward to sitting down and talking to her because we're talking about our wombs and our yonis and how powerful they are and how we can manifest damn near anything, if not everything we want and truly desire. So I'm looking forward to that conversation as well. Tonight's conversations are all about pleasure, all about play, all about all things sweet. You see what I did there? Yes. So I'm really, really excited. I hope you all will continue with us. Take a break if you need to, come back. We're going to be here for a while. Grab a drink or two, whether it's water, tea, wine, beer, a harder drink. Listen, we taking it all, okay? Tonight, my drink of choice is another quite refreshing electrolytes drink. This time, tonight's flavor is berry and lemonade. The closer we get to these 12 days, the deeper we get into the holidays. Maybe I'll pull out some other drinks, some more festive drinks. We'll see. But right now, I'm just trying to stay hydrated because y'all, it's cold. And as I get older, I realize that you got to stay hydrated no matter what the weather is, whether it's super hot or super cold. And so I'm just trying to stay hydrated. So every day I like to have a little drink. And yes, this is not just because I'm on a live stream. I often drink my drinks in a wine glass, complimentary of my best friend who sent me these beautiful wine glasses when we first moved into this place. I like to drink out of a wine glass because this is my little way of sweetening up my life, of romanticizing my life. I love feeling really fancy, even if it is just water. It makes me feel rich. It makes me feel a little bougie a little bit. I love it. And so I want to encourage you to drink your water out of a wine glass. Throw a few ice cubes in there, swirl it around. If you want to get fancy, put some fruit in it. It will change your life. All right. So that's my spiel for our recap and the drink of the night. Let's dive into today's, I don't know if I want to call it a lesson. Let's say a story. we're talking about dreaming. And this is really important because Holistree is turning 10 years old next year. And that is a really big deal for a small business, for an entrepreneur to be in business this long, to make it to that 10-year mark, um, through a pandemic, through a hurricane, because we used to live, I used to live in Puerto Rico and ran my business outside of that, came home, and had been here right when the last hurricane happened. So, we're turning 10. And what I realized about this is that Holistree started as a little vision, a little dream. And so it is a beautiful example of what happens when you allow yourself to dream up what is possible. That is really how Holistree started. Is I wanted to create a space for Black women to come and feel so comfortable that they could consider their dreams. There's something about that level of vulnerability and that level of comfort that allows you to really, really like dive in to a dream that you have, that then allows you to move forward. Thank you, Kamaria. It is so exciting to be 10 years old. Next year, we are doing some really big things to celebrate turning 10. Also, yes, girl, a wine glass, okay? Please try it. It will change your life. Okay. Anyway, so yes, so it started as a dream. And at the time, and some of you may be able to relate to this, and let me know in the chat if you do relate to this. Have you ever had a dream or had a thought and then immediately disregarded it? Immediately after the thought, it felt so big, so scary, so impossible, right? Like something that was like, that'll never happen. And so you just brushed it off, or you put it in the back and you decided you was going to come back to it another time. And years later, it's still this dream, there's still this idea. What happened to me 10 years ago, I love saying that. I'm going to say that often because this is a big deal, right, y'all? 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had a catering and wedding production company. And so I've always been in the space of service, right? Like, listen, I'm a Taurus, okay? I love nice things. I love good food. So of course I was catering. Of course I was doing weddings and events. I want everything to be pretty. I want all your senses to be touched in one way or another. I want you to leave whatever experience we have created with the wow, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. So 10 years ago, I had this catering and events company, and I loved it. It was beautiful. It was successful in its own right. I was having fun dreaming up elaborate tablescapes and food that was so decadent and indulgent, all of those things. It was amazing. And then on our third year, I think it was the third year, maybe the third or fourth year, everything just stopped. You all may, now, if you're familiar with me or Holistree, you might know this story already, but I'm gonna tell it again for the new people, okay? Everything just stopped. All our contracts stopped coming in. Nobody was renewing. Hi, Michelle, welcome. Our contracts were ending. Nobody was renewing. We weren't getting new clients. Weddings, it was every time I would bid on a contract for a wedding, or I would put a proposal in and spend all this time on that, we weren't being the ones accepted. It was really devastating. And so I remember thinking, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I need to go back to a regular 9 to 5. Maybe I need to try another trade. I don't know, but this is not working. And in the middle of all of that, all these other things were happening, right? Like my car got repossessed. I had to move out of my apartment. It just everything was falling apart. And I was sitting at a friend's table, a friend who first was a teacher and then became a friend who's also a curator, Jamila White, who will be joining us this weekend. I was sitting at her table and I was crying, like boohoo crying, you know, that like ugly snot, can't breathe, face red and swollen. I was just devastated and I felt so defeated. And I'll never forget, she said to me, "Oh, well, I know it feels hard right now. I know it feels heavy, but didn't you say you wanted to move out of the country? Didn't you say you wanted to move to the island and live an island life?" And I remember looking at her like she was crazy because I was like, "I just told you I done lost my all my contracts. I don't got no car. I don't got no money. I don't got no house. What am I doing? How am I supposed to move to another country? Like what?" And so, she was like, I know, it's fine, but just think about it. Now, I say this because I'm setting the story up this way because when things are so thick, when things are so heavy, it's really hard to hear spirit. It's really hard to be in a space of even wanting to dream whatever it is you're dreaming, let alone a really big dream, something that might seem unconventional, right? Like it's really hard to do that. So, of course, in that moment, in that space, I wasn't thinking about any of my dreams and my thoughts, right? Like I was in survival mode. I was like, where am I going to sleep? How am I going to pay these bills, right? But that night, I went home and I still had a home at that point. I went home and I remember praying. And I remember, I think I said something like, "Okay, Lord, this is it." Because I don't have nothing else at this point, right? Like, I, I don't have any other excuse or any other reason. If you want me to move, you will make a way. And I left it at that. And the key piece of that is that in dreaming, right, and in building whatever it is you're trying to do, there's also a portion of it that you have to surrender. There's a portion of it that you kind of have to let go of and just have faith. Because even when it's heavy and when you can't see it, it's still there. It just might be through the cloud on the other side. So you see the pattern here, right? Like I got to this place that was so thick and so heavy in a clearing that happened that I wasn't even ready to consider any dream, any vision, because this dream of having Holistree and creating the sweet life and being here 10 years later was always there. I just couldn't see it at the time because I was so blinded by everything else happening. So that was the first stage. That second stage was that surrender piece, right? Like almost like I give up. Not give up as in I give up, I don't want to do nothing, but like I give up. I'm going to let the divine intervention come in it and do what it does, right? And I'm just going to trust that it's going to happen, whatever it is that's going to happen. And I kid you not, y'all, this is the part I love telling this part because I don't have any, at this point in my life, I don't have any proof that what I'm asking for or what I'm praying for or dreaming up isn't going to work. I have 100% track record of things coming together. It doesn't always come together the way that I think it should. It doesn't always come together as quickly as I want it to, but it has always come together. So this was one of those moments, right? I woke up that morning. Of course, I was exhausted because I'd been crying the day before and just had no answers, nothing. I went to sleep. When I woke up, I had an email for a request to do a wedding. right? Remember I said these weddings weren't coming in. I had an email. Someone had referred me, had a request to do a wedding. I had another email from an organization who wanted to contract with me to do their year-end gala, which was an 800 guest count. Okay, so the contract was nice, right? I got this email. They said, "Hey, Rakita, we would love to work with you. We can't hire you full time, but would you be open to this 4-month contract because we have this gala coming up and we really need an events coordinator for that?" Okay, so these two things came in less than 24 hours, and I said, oh, okay. Those two contracts gave me enough money to um to move to Puerto Rico, right? Because this is what I said I wanted. So, I of course said yes to the contracts. I had started the work, the money was coming in. I had a friend who did not want to break her lease, but she was moving in with her partner. And so she said, "Hey, I have this lease. It's up in 4 months. You could stay. You don't got to worry about paying rent. It's already paid up for. I just don't want to break the lease and I don't want to lose it." So boom, now I had a place to live for the duration of the contract. Then, I had friends come and we started packing up my current apartment. I sold things. So that was more money coming in. All of these things were happening. Everything seemed to be falling into place. And I got that nudge again, right? Like, okay, I said I wanted this because here's the other piece of things, right? We dream these dreams, we pray these prayers. And then when it comes, or the possibility of it comes, sometimes what we do is we panic and we retract, right? We pull back a little bit. We say things like, well, I know I said I wanted this, but, and so that's what I was doing. I said, I know I said I was going to move, but what if I get there and I don't have any money? Am I going to find a place to live? All of these things, I was making all of these excuses. Even though I had prayed for this, I had surrendered. Spirit said, okay, we got you. I still was like, no, I can't do it. No. And my loving sister, who I love and cherish, I love all of my sisters. Let me say that just in case any of y'all are watching. I want you to know I love and cherish all of you. But this ties into the conversation we were having with Mathina around being mirrors, right? In sisterhood. Now, this is a blood sister, but also if she wasn't my blood sister, I would still call her my sister because she's everything. She said to me, Rakita, you're always telling me to trust and have faith. You should be having that too. It was a gentle reminder and it was a mirror for me because all of these years she had been hearing me say this and tell clients this and tell others this. And so she was just repeating to me what I had been telling her for years. So, can you see the dots connecting, right? The heaviness is now it's starting to lift. Now I'm in a space of surrender. Now I'm in a space of getting poured into to be confident enough to move forward in this dream. Now, all of this has happened, everything lined up, and I was able to move. And when I got to Puerto Rico, I was able to rest. Those first few months, it was just rest. I just rest. Some days I cried. Some days I didn't even do my hair. I didn't get dressed. I just rested. I laid in that good sun. I prayed, I wrote, I slept, all of those things. And again, I started to feel light and I started to have the space to dive into the consideration of that bigger dream that I'd been saying I wanted. I loved having the catering company. I loved having the wedding company, the events company. I loved that. But I knew that there was something bigger and more important that I needed to do. I've always wanted to have this space where I can create these moments for us. Just wasn't sure how I was going to do it because sometimes the dream is just so big and feels so overwhelming. But as I was there, I was able to dream this and look at it. 10 years later, we're here. Have we made some mistakes along the way? Absolutely. I wouldn't be an entrepreneur if I didn't make any mistakes. But I stuck to it. And I have the things in my toolkit now that allows me to stay in that dream mode, that allows me to be able to move forward and continue, that has allowed me to get me to this 10 years. So I hope that if you're watching this, whether you're watching the replay or you're here with me now, that you have taken little bits and pieces from this story and know that whatever your dream is, it is absolutely possible. There may be some roadblocks along the way. There may be some hesitation. It may be delayed, or you may be like, I thought I should be further along than I am. But if you listened carefully to my story, you know there's stages in this, right? Have you created the spaciousness inside of your own self to be able to consider the dream? I mean, like, really consider it, really think it through, really feel it in your body. Have you tapped into your sisters, your community for support? And I'm not talking about support like financial, although that's nice. I'm talking about the kind of support that's there to lovingly remind you and lovingly be the mirror to help you regain that confidence again so that you can continue the dream and move forward. Have you surrendered? Sometimes all it takes is a surrendering, right? Like you keep trying to put, what is it, the saying that the elders usually say, like, what is it, like putting a round peg in a square peg in a round hole? Are you trying to make something fit that doesn't fit? Just surrender and let go. Have you done those things? Because I guarantee you, I promise you that if you keep that path and you keep that knowing, you are able to achieve whatever it is dream wise that you're trying to do. So that's my story. That's my story around dreaming and how I got to this point, how Holistree is turning 10 years old. Listen, when we first started, we had 3 retreaters. And I didn't even know what we were going to be doing. I just knew that I wanted women to come and experience what I was experiencing. I wanted to give them the opportunity to have the spaciousness to say, yes, actually, I do want this. And I want to dream about that. I want to feel it. I want it to be embedded in me so deeply that I have no other choice but to know that it's going to happen. I just knew that that's what we wanted to do. And so 10 years later, we have gone from having 3 or 4 attendees on a weekend trip to 18 Black women traveling the country, going outside of the country, experiencing the world, allowing the world to witness their joy, their celebration, the bigness, the vastness, the amazing magic of Black women. We said this yesterday, how I want to create this ASMR with Black women sounds. That's what these retreats do. They allow the world to experience a Black women sounds ASMR playlist. So that is, we will continue to have this conversation and dive in a little bit deeper when we bring Jenn on. But I just wanted to share that piece with you around my own dreaming and how we got to this point. And I hope that it has allowed you to consider tonight when you go to sleep, just say before you close your eyes, I'm open to my dream. Let me be open. Let that be your prayer. Let me be open. Let me be confident and dream sweet. And see what happens. That's it. That's the point of these 12 days, right? This is a ritual practice. We are building up our sweetness. So I hope that gave you a little bit of motivation. I'm so glad, Kamaria, that you feel motivated and it's confirming for you. I don't know why I can't talk. Probably should grab some more water. So We're getting ready to move into our body scan for the evening, our little breath work. And I do have a little journaling prompt for you before we bring Jenn to the stage. Um, so we're going to take a quick little break, grab your water, grab a journal and a pen or your phone in the notes tab, and we will get started. I'm going to give you about a minute, 2 minutes, a minute and a half to go ahead and do that. All right, and I'm gonna go grab. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna sit right here, but I am gonna sip some water, and we're gonna play a little music.
I run like a race for hour and hour and don't stop. I can fall, I can fly to the high end, down to the top. I can breathe it, I can drink in your life, I can live on your spine. I can trip it, I can fall into your arms, I can stay in my heart. I can live, I can love, I can be there with you, for real, for real. I can hear, I can feel, I can see, I can tell you, for real. I can live, I can love, I can be there with you, for real, for real. I can feel, I can see, I can tell you, for real. I can stare, I can memorize your face, your hands, your hair, every part of you. I can cut off any loose ends, not even wanna keep it view. I can speak to you for honesty. I can even run any game. I can hear a million angels singing in my ear when I say your name.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do our evening body scan. And if this is your first time joining us, then you know that. Then let me just give you a little overview. We just do a little scan of our body. We're not judging what comes up. Just want to take note of it, acknowledge it, and move on. You can place your palms up if you're looking to receive a little extra energy, and you can place your palms down if you are looking for some more grounding energy, or you can do one up, one down for a little balance of both. And we're going to start by just getting comfortable. If you're sitting, you want to make sure that your feet are planted on the ground. If you're laying down or sitting on the couch, you can also do like Indian style or cross your legs. You just want to be comfortable. If you are laying, if it's easier to do a hand over the chest, the heart, and the belly, you can do that if you're laying down. And you're just going to take a deep breath in and out. And you're going to start with your visualization. So you're just going to do a body scan starting at the top of your head, at your crown, and continuing to scan down through the front of your face, relaxing all the muscles, stopping at the jawline, making sure your jaw is relaxed, moving down through your neck and your shoulders. And tonight, let's do a little shoulder shrug up and back. Just kind of want to loosen that part of the body. And then continue down through your chest, your arms, your belly, your bottom, your thighs. Continue scanning down to your knees. And I've said this each day that, our knees don't always get the amount of love and acknowledgement that they should. They do a lot of work for us. So go ahead and pause there and give thanks to your knees. Maybe rub them, warm them up a little bit. And continue down through your shins and your calves and your ankles, the tops of your feet, your toes, and then the bottoms of your feet. And when you get to the bottom of your feet, you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to imagine that you're pulling the air all the way up through your feet, all the way through to the top of your crown, and then breathing out. So go ahead and take a deep breath in, pulling that air all the way up, 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 and breathe out once you reach your crown. Good. Okay. So now that we have centered ourselves a little bit, tonight's prompt, if you have your journal, because we're talking about dreaming, because we're talking about joy and pleasure and play and all of the things that make us feel sweet and juicy and excited, tonight's journal prompt is, what is the first step my future self would want me to take? So we're going to take this 10-minute break and then come back and be joined with Jenn. But during that 10 minutes, think about that question. I'll put it here up for you. I want you to dream a little bit. Have fun with it. What is the biggest, most exciting dream you can have for yourself right now? Could be something new. It could be something that you've thought about many times before. Choose that. Choose whatever feels right, feels good, feels sweet. And then with this journal prompt, I want you to answer the question for yourself. What is the first step my future self would want me to take? If I'm allowing myself to really dive into this dream, to really be in all of it, what would be one step that I could take? You can take your time and think about the question. You could write down the question and come back to it later. It's entirely up to you, but I'll leave it up for you all to see. And I'll play a little music, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we will be joined by Jenn Roberts, and we'll have that conversation. We'll dive in deeper. So enjoy, and I'll see you shortly.
Woke up this morning with a smile on my face. Jumped out of bed, took a shower, dressed, cleaned up my place, made me some breakfast, toast, Grab my keys, grab my purse, grab my jacket off to work. Beaming all the way down the. Is it the way you love me, baby? Is it the way you love me, baby? Yeah. 4:30, can't wait to get home. Nah, girl, I got something else to do. Don't be fronting on your girls, for real. Go ahead, really, get your groove on. 'Cause tonight my man's coming through. Yeah, we gon' have to connect some other time. As much as I like to shake my thing on the dance floor, I got another nasty freaky just right where you're not. Tonight, I'm gonna beat the high score. Is it the way you love me, baby? Yeah. Is it the way you love me, baby? You always answer calls when I call. You come. You always answer my call when I call. You always come. You always answer my calls when I call. You come. You always answer my calls when I call. You always come. I don't even have to question if it's real or not. You're right there at all times. Even when my car broke down in the parking lot, you were there. You didn't stutter or hesitate. You come to my rescue once again, like that. You always answer calls when I call. You come. You always answer my call when I call. You always come. You always answer my calls when I call. You come. You always answer my calls when I call. You always come. Look up, then there's a beautiful man with a kind heart and a multiple degree beliefs. We took a ride to the nearest open air, didn't have a spare, and now we're here talking about the last battle shot of a long kiss goodnight. You always answer calls when I call. Remember that. at the party, and everybody's around me, and I feel still lonely. You come to mind, I see your eyes, I see that smile, and I'm alright for a little while longer. You always answer calls when I call. You come. You always answer my call when I call. You always answer my calls when I call. You come. You always answer my calls when I call. You come. You always answer calls when I call. You come. You always answer my call when I call. You always answer my calls when I call. You come. You always answer my calls when I call. You don't take no for an answer when it comes to loving me. You connect. You don't take no for an answer when it comes to loving me. We connect. Respect the mind, respect the body. It's a knowing and you're showing. Share the light. It's all about your knowing and you're showing. Showing. Oh, baby. There's so much going on with you, babe. Represent like there's so much going on with Jelly from Philly. Respect that, yeah. In the mind of a woman, in the soul of a spirit, in the heart of a heart, in the nucleus part. Yeah. I respect that. Still find time for me. Connecting the call. Hello? Word. On some device. How you know? Word.
Okay, y'all. Welcome back. I hope that you took some time to get a little bit of water or wine or tea or coffee or whatever it is you drinking on tonight. I hope that you did take some time to go ahead and take a look at that journaling prompt and write it down. Maybe come back to it a little later. Either way, I hope that you've enjoyed so far what we have been doing. If you have just started joining us, guess what? Perfect timing. I'm a true believer of divine alignment, and everything happens exactly when it is supposed to. Welcome to 12 Days of Sweetness. This is day 3. We have been talking about some really sweet and juicy things. We've been talking about community and sisterhood and telling your story and dreaming up all of the big ideas and moving through it, the different stages that allow you to get from point A to point B. I'm excited because today we are doing 2 curators. If you've been following us from day one, we've been doing a storytelling hour, one luxury curator, and then closing out. But today, y'all, we got two. And I couldn't ask for a better blend. One is going to blend into the other. I'm getting ready to bring the first woman up to the stage. I want you all to welcome the amazing, the wonderful Jenn Roberts, of founder of Color Girls Liberation Lab.
Hey,
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Listen, it's funny because all throughout the days, this is also a testament, and I think you could relate to this because you are also a business owner, right? Like, we be having like these ideas and 50 million moving parts, and during the day, you be like, I know I'm forgetting something, right? And so today, I didn't have, for the duration of the day, I didn't have anything to do, and so I was like, I must be forgetting something. I was like, I gotta be forgetting something. So, I called my good friend Chakisha, and I was like, Chakisha girl, also known as ChatGPT for y'all who don't know. I said, can you give me a checklist? Because I really think that I'm forgetting something. And so she gave me this checklist, and I had everything. I'd done everything. I say that to say systems and organization, y'all.
Save the day every time.
Saves the day. So, I was able to get a little nap in. I got a walk, even though it's so cold outside. That was the long response to how you doing. I'm doing really well.
Good. I'm glad. That's a good feeling when you're doing things like this and you can just breathe into it. It's not.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy that you're here. I'm so happy. Because I think maybe it was like 2 years ago. It must have been, because last year was crazy. Was when I first stumbled upon one of your posts. And you do this really dope thing, which we'll talk about shortly. I love to jump in and don't even be like introducing people, but we're just gonna go with it. You do this really dope thing called Dreams and Schemes on Mondays. Yeah. And I've only been able to join twice because life be life. Mm-hmm. But I remember thinking, man, I really love this. The intention of holding the space every Monday, first of all, is impressive.
For 5 years now.
Yeah, like, y'all, this is what we were talking. I was talking about this thing around dreaming earlier. Jenn is also a beautiful example of when you put your dream out there and you trust it and you stick with it, right? Like, it turns into this absolutely beautiful thing. So, yes, 2 years ago, I was like, at some point, I'm going to reach out to her and I want us to work together. I want to figure out what this looks like. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. Everything always happens in the right timing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before we jump into this conversation, I want to give you an opportunity. I've been asking all of the curators this. What is, instead of like introduce yourself, what is it that you want people to know about Jenn?
I think what I want people to know about me, and I probably think this is true of many Black women, is that I contain multitudes. I'm not just one thing, and I have become comfortable over the last few years being okay saying that, because I think if you come from a space where you felt like you need to either carry family expectations, or maybe you have had a situation where you just feel like, you've had lots of opportunity and you need to prove that you were worthy of that opportunity, it can feel difficult not to say like, this is what I do and this is who I am, because that makes me look successful. But I have lots of things that I do. I'm an artist, I'm a mom, I'm a facilitator, I'm a dreamer, I'm a dancer. And all of those things somehow find their way to work together. And I love that. It took 20 some years for it to get that way, but very happy that that's the case. So I think that's what I would want people to know about me. Like, if you see me doing all sorts of things, that's just who I am. And it all comes back to freedom and liberation though. So it's all connected. But yeah, I contain multitudes, and I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud I'm, modeling that for my kid. That we don't have to just be one thing. We can do all the things we love.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. It's so true. We can. It's also, I love that you say that, because this is a great point that I've been telling people. Oh my God, we have these 15 amazing curators, and I've been trying to run the list of what all of you all do. And at some point I'm just like, listen, we do it all, y'all. Yep. And we do it so beautifully. I'm sure I'm missing something, but that is only because all of us have so many beautiful skill sets, just genius zones, right? And so I love that.
You've been gathering things up along the way, and I feel like it's a blessing if you've had the opportunity to gather things that you still get to use. Absolutely. So
yeah. Oh, so let's talk about this dreaming up, this dream portals. So if you all are not inside the circle community, then you really are missing out, because there are some amazing lessons in there. One of them being Jenn's lesson, which she called a dream portal, which I love the term dream portal. It is a blend of Jenn's wonderful voice and sound healing sounds that really do take you. I've listened to it 3 times at this point.
Yay.
Every single time, it does feel like I'm stepping into through a portal, honestly, right? Like, because each time I have decided, I'm going to try this, all right, I'm going to do play, I'm going to do joy, I'm going to do pleasure, and see what door I go through. So tell me, how did you, what makes you so passionate about creating these kinds of spaces, and what has that done even for your own self and your own dreams over the years?
Yeah. I would say getting to this place has been an evolution. But I would say what makes me so passionate about just creating dream spaces in general is that I really do believe that dreaming is the key to our freedom and our liberation. I think our liberation lies in our imagination. I don't think that we can create a society that works for us without us radically dreaming about different things. We've never really seen a world that looks and is a place where Black women can be their most free, their most, joyous, their most pleasurable. I think we create little micro worlds where we can do that. But I don't know that we've seen the bigger world be that. And so, part of it is wanting that, desiring that, and realizing that we can create that in little spaces every day with each other.
Yeah.
And then also, a lot of Color Girls lab work came out of my own personal experience of going through a separation from my marriage after almost 15 years married. I'm leaving a job that I thought was the right, perfect job for me. I had got into it, really was getting into it, and then getting riffed and having to basically start over. And all of that happened at the same time. So like the marriage broke, the job broke, all at the same time. And I had to find myself again. Like I had to figure out how I had gone for 15, almost 20 years, and little bits along the way, I had just lost all that used to be Jenn, and I knew I'd never have the old Jenn back, but I had to get some semblance of the parts of Jenn that I thought should stay and figure out what the new parts were. And so for me, that meant going back to dancing, which I had kind of let go for a long time. And in that space, I also had the opportunity to really tap into my own imagination about who I could be and what my surroundings should be like. And I was also very blessed to have like dope ass Black women in my life who were like, yes, girl, all of that, whatever whatever you think you could be, whatever you want to change, whatever this new version is, we with it, let's go, And I just realized how many people didn't have that. It, you know how sometimes when you have something so easily, you don't realize that other people don't.
Yep.
You're like, what do you mean y'all don't? Like everybody around me has this, you know? And I think not that I took it for granted, but I just did not realize how much there was a gap in true sisterhood for Black women, and particularly sisterhood that allowed you to reimagine who you thought you wanted to be. And so it came from that experience and knowing that I had that support. And all I kept hearing from people, you know, as I was going through that, one of the toughest times of my life, like, you're glowing. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look so good. Everything looks great. And it wasn't that I was trying to fake it.
Yeah.
The real me was coming out, you know what I mean? And it was glorious, you know? And so I wanted to find a way to create that space, not just for women, but for myself too, because I'm still dreaming, I'm still growing, I'm still changing. And the idea of a lab came about is because a lab is a place you get to experiment. And I don't think that you come in and you find the exact right thing to do, and then you know what to do and you just get on that path and go. Like, there's ups, there's downs, you can change your mind. You can like one thing last month and like something totally different in a couple months, and all of that is okay. I think tapping into my own pleasure, my own play, my own dreaming just allowed me to want to create that type of space for other Black women. And it's been, of all the things I've done in 20 plus years of my career, this is probably the thing I'm most proud of. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that for so many reasons. One, we need more spaces, right? We need more spaces for us. I also resonate with that piece of like, I hear women say often, right? Like they either haven't had really great relationships with other women, they don't have that experience, and I had never had that, right? And so I was so surprised that wasn't the norm, right? It was you don't have that, and so the synergy here is because you, myself, Vanessa, Mathina, I'm enjoying like connecting the dots with all the curators. All of us have a similar story around, one, our sisterhood and relationships and how that has really helped shape what we do. And that piece, right? Like I hear that often at retreats, is that the women that come on the retreats who come by themselves, they immediately are like, I was so worried that I was going to be with another group of women and it was going to be catty or, you know, right? And so I love that we have these spaces.
Yeah.
Allow women to, one, receive, because women, Black women especially, to receive, and two, to experience this, right? It's just affirming that this is all of our divine purpose.
Yeah, I agree. And I had one of our members told us that the first time she ever came to a lab event, she was so nervous to come by herself, and she was trying to figure out, well, what do I put on, and I got to beat my face. And anybody who knows the DMV area can understand why you might feel that way, right? Like a lot of our spaces here, well-intentioned, do make you feel like you have to show up a certain way, right? I gotta have a bag. I gotta be driving the car. The first question you're gonna ask me is, what do I do? You know, and if you're in a transition, or if that's just not what's important to you, it can be tricky finding a space that feels warm and, where you really do feel like you can show up however you want.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying that when she walked in to her first experience with us, that was the thing that she noticed first, is that everybody was just in there being who they wanted to be. Like it was not pretentious. It wasn't, I probably had, who knows what I had on, but I probably had on some leggings and a sweatshirt. You know what I mean? Like I was probably not in there dressed. I mean, I do love a good fashion moment, but that's just not how I'm most of the time going to show up,
Yeah.
And I remember that story so much because that wasn't necessarily my intention to purposefully, say like we don't care about that. It wasn't that. It's just that we naturally are just showing up as ourselves.
Yep.
And the people who are attracted to this space are also doing the same thing. And it just creates a warmth that allows people to totally be themselves. And if they don't know who they are, they also feel comfortable saying, I don't know yet, and I'll figure it out. And I feel safe enough to figure it out here. Yeah. And there's so many women who have said that, like they've come into our space, they dreamt a little, they felt like, I can say like, I really don't know what my life should look like. I really feel confused, and it's okay for me to just say that and not have an answer yet. I'm just confused, y'all. And and eventually they figure it out. They play around, they experiment with things, they try different rituals, they they just experiment with their lives. And I don't know that we always get the opportunity to do that. And so I'm honored to have been asked, in my opinion, by my ancestors to do this work. So
yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget. I don't know where I heard this. There was a guy, and I'm saying this. It's funny that I'm saying this because it's very rare that I listen to anything that a man is. I usually be like, okay, whatever, but
whatever. Yeah.
Sure. Especially when it comes to anything around spirit and ancestors. But this has stuck with me. He said this a long time ago at some speech he was giving. He said, do you understand that this moment where you are was chosen from your ancestors, right? Like you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And it was all in alignment because they decided for whatever reason that you were the one to do this thing and to be here in this moment. And so always trust and know that wherever you are and what you're doing is exactly what you were designed to do.
Yep. And sometimes that can be hard, right? Like, especially if you're in a tough space. I don't know about the rest of y'all. 2025 was hard.
Yeah.
For me. It's probably the hardest year I've had since my, divorce and stuff. Like it was like whooping my ass. But and I did not expect that. That is not what I thought the year was going to be. It's not how it started. It's just the way it ended up ending, right? Yeah. And so it can be hard sometimes to remind yourself that like everything I'm going through is intentional. Something's coming from this. Not that I believe in suffering. I don't believe in that. But I actually, I don't know if you happen to be on the Dreams and Schemes. I feel like you came in recently, so you might have been on that this day. But my word this year is restoration. I pick a word every year. My word is restoration. And I was on the call saying, nothing feels restored. Like I don't know why this word came to me. There's not a thing that feels restored this year. What the hell? Like, I don't know what's going on. And one of the ladies in the lab, said, Jenn, when you restore something, you first got to tear it apart. It first got to be torn apart. And so they were like, I really do think this was a restoration year for you. Everything's you're digging some stuff up, like it's an upheaval of some sort. And that means that something else new is coming. It's just, we had to, prune a little bit first.
Yeah. It's like when they talk about from farmers burn crops.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because in order for the new soil to come or to plant something new.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it's felt like. So I'm like, 2026, come on with the newness, because I'm over I'm over whatever this was in 2025. Over it.
Yeah. And honestly, you are absolutely not alone. I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday that 2025 has been really hard in a sense of like, it's almost like, what the, right? Like, I thought I was doing good, or I thought I had a clear path, or I thought I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing, and nothing is coming together. Things are ending. I do feel like, though, like you said, right? Like a clearing has to happen for anything new to come through. It has to be, you have to clear the space. And sometimes, because if it's things that's like so deeply rooted, right? Like it's got to be burned down. There's no other way to get it up.
Yeah. Ugh. It don't always feel good, but when I look back, I'm gonna be like, oh, totally understand why all that has happened. I just don't get it right now. But I'm trusted, like you said, that wherever I'm at, is where I'm supposed to be. So I'm trusting.
And it's gonna feel, when you do get to that place, right? It's gonna be like, oh wow, when I was in it, it was heavy, and I did not want to be in it. But now I'm like, oh, okay, I see what you did there. Thank you.
Yep, exactly that.
The beauty in this, though, and not everyone, this is my wish for all Black women, honestly, is the ability to see that and to understand that that's what's happening.
Yeah. And to be able to understand it in real time, because like you just said, it's easy to look back and be like, oh, I get it now. But a lot of times we beat ourselves up in real time because we think we're supposed to be doing something else, or things should be easier, or it looks like it's easier for everybody else. How come it's not easy for me? And I want more of us to be able to be okay in real time, like saying, this is all good. It don't feel good. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it don't feel good, but I know it's all working for my good in the end. And I think spaces like Dreams and Schemes allow us to do that, because people don't have to come in there acting like everything's okay. Like people can come in there and say, it ain't okay no more. I know it was okay 2 weeks ago and now it is not, and everybody can, say, not be in there to try to make the person wish it away. Just say, girl, we with you. We sitting here with you in the stuff, and so it's different.
I love that. Y'all, if you have not checked out Dreams and Schemes, you really should. One, your camera is not required, which is wonderful, because there have been times that I was like, listen, I don't have no clothes on. My hair I have not taken my twist out. I can't do it. Yeah. I love that that's the space that feels like, oh, okay, I don't have to have my camera on, and I'm still going to get the same love and support.
Yeah. It's good to just hear each other's voices,
Yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget, this was pre-pandemic, maybe. No, it must have been during the pandemic, because it was a virtual retreat. There was an organization that had me do like wellness support, like a virtual wellness happy hour for their team. And of course, because, most nonprofits are women. So it was all women on the call. They were older. And I remember saying to them, you do not have to have your camera on if you don't want to. And you could see the hesitation in their face and their body language. One woman was like, oh, is it okay if I pause and go to the bathroom? I have not been up all day. And in my mind, right, I was like, you're working from home. You absolutely can get up and go eat, go to the bathroom, do what you need to do. But it just made me think that we don't have enough spaces that make you feel comfortable. It hurt my heart so much to know that these women, right, like they had me come in to do a self-care wellness, and your people
not even going to the
bathroom. They're scared that if the boss doesn't see them active on the computer, that they're going to lose their job. Like, yeah.
I know.
Right? No. So I bring that up because I also think that it's important, and you talk about this, right? Like, it's to dream up a world that feels good and feels loving and feels supportive for you. What does that look like for you?
I think some of it looks like things I'm already doing, which I think is the intent of dreaming. Because I think sometimes we dream some things and realize, I could do that right now. Like, I don't have to wait for that. So like, a sisterhood, a community of people that I can be myself with, it looks like that. It definitely does not look like labor. So there's other ways to get the things I need, because I am able, and the people around me are able, to do the things we love, to do the things that make us feel good on a daily basis, to care for each other. There is a lot of joy and a lot of dancing and a lot of good food.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of love. I think it's a space where people aren't worried about their health care or their education or their bills being paid, where people have a place to live and that place feels plush and luxurious and whatever that means to them. I think it's a space where our young people get to see Black women in charge, like leading, and not from a place of us leading because we're trying to fix a bunch of wrongs, and it being hard and laborious, or laborious. Like, it is a space where they get to see us lean into the things that make Black women special, which is usually that we are thinking about everyone. Like, the way that if we're living in a way that feels good to us, the likelihood is it feels good to almost everyone. Being able to see what that looks like, from our young people being able to see what that looks like. And also spaces where, like, our young people, especially like our young women, have the opportunity themselves to lead and to be listened to. I think often we don't listen to the kids, and the kids got stuff to say. They notice things that we're not noticing anymore. And I know we joke about Gen Z and Gen Alpha all the time, but sometimes when you sit down and hear some of the stuff they got to say, you're like, you're right. Yeah, I get it why you don't want to stay at no job that's making you like, I understand. But and those feel like basic things. But I think what everybody was getting to have those things without any worry, that is part of what my life would look like, or what I would hope our life would look like. I want to be old and, not be worried about my health, just like here and living and easy. And that's probably why, like, I'm not talking about a lot of material things. Like, it really is like a way of feeling I would want to have, where I just have no cares, no worries. And, I look at dreaming as being such an important thing for us to do, because I do believe that when we do it, we can be creating little microcosms of the world we want right now. And I know that with the way that particularly the United States looks right now, that might seem impossible. But I get to experience a little bit of that every Monday when we're on the call for an hour. Like, anytime we have in-person things, I get to feel that for a few hours, so it's possible.
Yeah.
And I often think about, like, Octavia Butler and her work. And I think she was one of those people who believed that was possible. Toni Morrison, I think, believed that was possible. Maya Angelou, I think, believed it was possible. Nikki Giovanni, I think, believed that was possible. Like, we have so many examples of people who believed there was so much more for us that we could make exist right now if we just dreamt it up. So, yeah.
That sounds like a absolutely sweet life.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly it. It'll be sweet. Sweet.
I love that, man. I want to play a little game with you.
Okay. I'm always down for a little game.
Okay.
Y'all, she didn't prepare us for none of this stuff, so I'm just letting you know we on the spot.
Yeah. I only asked y'all to prepare for one towards the end, but these, like, I call them the little rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay. The first one is, what's bringing you joy right now?
Oh, my kid. She's 13. She's gorgeous, just like really coming into her teenage life, which is really hard, but it's beautiful to see. She's getting ready for high school. And it is just really fun watching her become who she's becoming. I feel like there's a few points, I think, in your life where you start to find your own way. And I think when you become a teenager, that's one of them. And I'm really trying not to be overbearing. She's my only kid, so I have a tendency to want to be like that. But I'm really working not to be that way and get out of her way and let her be who become who she's going to become, because it's really cool to see it. You know, it's really cool. So yeah, she's bringing me joy right now.
I love that. What's one thing you want Black women to stop apologizing for?
I want Black women to stop apologizing for themselves. Like, I feel like that's what we do, right? We don't answer a question the way somebody wants. I'm sorry. We show up a little late because we had something to do. I'm sorry. Like, you know, we are who we are. If I'm loud, a little too loud, I'm sorry, I'm so loud. No. Let's just stop apologizing for ourselves. Like, we are who we are, and it's beautiful, and that's it.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Before I ask you this last rapid fire question, last year, was it last year? Lord, the years are blending together.
For real.
I think it was last year. We had a day retreat called A Little Bit of Sweetness. Ooh, Addie Pate. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. But one of the facilitators, that's what she talked about in her workshop. Stop saying I'm sorry.
Yep.
It was so beautiful because the women were like yelling, right? Like, it was like, I think the question, she said, what are the things we're no longer going to apologize for? And so the women were like rapid fire calling out the things that they were no longer saying, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's
a lot more than we realize we say it.
Yeah, it's like an automatic response.
Yep.
Man, so I love that. Look at that. Come on, alignment. All right. Last question. Finish this sentence. My wildest becoming is.
My wildest becoming is being a woman who is so connected to her pleasure that everything she chooses makes her feel good.
I love that. Yeah. Well, now I have a follow-up question.
Okay.
It's not on my list, but it made me think as you said that. What does freedom feel like in the body?
You know, I think it's different for everybody. So I'll tell you what freedom feels like in my body. Freedom in my body feels like lightness. Like, I literally feel lighter. And it usually feels like laughter. Like, if I feel really free, I am a joyful person, but I'm also fairly anxious. So if I feel light, not anxious, and really full of laughter, I know that I am in a place of freedom. Like, it feels unbound, if that makes sense.
Good word.
Yeah, it feels unbound. That's what freedom feels like in my body. And I really do try to pay attention, because as I'm having new experiences and things like that, especially trying to say yes to things that maybe I would be too scared to say yes to, I know it's something I want to do again by how it feels in my body. So, like, I try to pay attention to what pleasure feels like in my body, what freedom feels like in my body, what joy feels like, so that if I get that feeling, I can repeat the action, you know, that made me feel that way. And so, yeah, unbound, lightness, laughter. Yeah, that's what it feels like to me.
I love that. I'm just gonna wait. Can I do this? Okay, this is what Lavonda just said. Come on, sis, with the acceptance.
Yes, freedom is now. I love that.
Oh my goodness. I'm just looking at some of these. Maria says beautiful answers.
Oh, thank you.
I love this. Michelle, yes, finds me. I think she's talking about the sweetness. I love that. Okay. We're gonna do a little giveaway.
Okay.
You have a Liberation in Bloom deck.
I do.
Tell the good people about this beautiful.
I wish I had it with me right now so I could show you, but it's like in the other room. But our Liberation in Bloom deck is a card deck that is full of actions and questions that help you think about your life through what we call the Liberation Blueprint. And that's 6 practices that we think really lead to your freedom. Wild dreams, embodied joy, childlike play, prioritized rest, expanded pleasure and personalized rituals. And then there's also a set of cards just around liberation. The artwork on the card kind of is tarot inspired, but like it's very meaningful, the artwork that's on the front of the card. So a friend of mine did all the artwork. My friend Ariane Mays did all the artwork. Everything has symbolism. So all the flowers that you see in there, they all connect to that particular practice. And then there's journal prompts. There are actions for you to take across a week. There are dream prompts, like all sorts of things that you can use the deck for, just as a way for you to get into some of these things that actually do bring about feelings of freedom for yourself. So it's really created in a way to use in whatever way you want. But I would suggest, like pulling a card a week and, trying out the actions or journaling about or talking to someone about what you see there. It's been a labor of love to create that.
I love that. Oh, I love that. It is an absolutely beautiful deck. If you are in the community, which you should be, I don't know why you're not if you're watching this and you're not in there. In the marketplace, you will see the deck. You can also place an order, but we're going to do a giveaway. I would like to gift a deck to someone. And let's see. I'm going to let you choose the winner.
Okay.
But it's not going to be, I don't know, because you can't see the
chat.
People.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to, I'll do it like this. I'm going to 1, 2, or 3. If you tell me which number, wait, let me.
You want me to put it in the chat to you, the private chat? What number I am thinking?
No, you could say it. I'm gonna wait. Let me just 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. If you tell me 1, 2, or 3, and I will tell you which one it is.
Okay. 3.
Oh, great. All right. So 3 actually is Sonia Marie, which is great because Sonia is also one of the curators.
Oh, nice.
She's an astrologer and
cool.
She's amazing. And it's funny because I was like, okay, 1, 2, or 3. And I was like, all right, I'll put her at 3.
3. Congrats, Sonia.
Yes, congratulations, Sonia. You are the winner of this beautiful deck. I already have your information, so I know where you live, girl. I will work with Jenn and get the deck to you. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You have to know what you think.
Yeah, y'all listen. These giveaways, they're getting better and better and bigger as the days go on. So if you have not joined the community, if you're not inside the circle, you're missing out. Honestly, you really are. I want to say thank you, Jenn.
Thank you.
You're not off the hook, though, because you still have to add to the 12 Days of Sweetness song.
Yes.
And we were talking about this yesterday because y'all been giving me full sentences. So I'm going to say, please choose like 3 words to add to the song, right? You know how it's like the first day is a partridge in a pear tree. That's the longest one. But that way I can fit it into the
okay
song. So you are day 3. And on the 3rd day of sweetness, we offer this to you.
3 portals for dreaming.
You. That's perfect. That's perfect.
I was like, how did I end up on day 3? And then I put 3 portals in my session. I was like, this
exactly. It worked out, right? Because the portals, yes, in your beautiful recording that is in the circle, y'all, is joy, play, and pleasure, right? Yep.
Well, pleasure, rest.
Pleasure, rest.
And play.
So listen, 3 portals for dreaming. I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
So we're going to take a little break and then we're going to come back and be joined by OsunKemi But before we go, please tell the people who not in the circle, although I don't even know why we even, how can they stay in community with you? Is there anything big coming up or small that you would like people to know about? What does that look like?
Sure. So you can follow our work on Instagram at Colored Girls Lab, or our website, coloredgirlslab.org. We have Dreams and Schemes, which is our free virtual offering every Monday at noon. You can sign up for that in the Instagram bio or on our website by going to lab events. And I am coming out with a devotional in January, so called Bloom Notes. For people who might have followed me on Substack, I used to do an audio. I shouldn't say used to. I've just been on a little pause, but an audio version, 5-minute audio notes. But a couple of friends were like, "We want a devotional. Like, we want something we can either read at night or read in the morning." So in January, I'll be releasing the Bloom Notes devotional. The pre-order is going up this week if you're interested in ordering that. And yeah, that's what's going on.
We love that. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Last time. And y'all check out Dreams and Schemes every Monday.
Yes, come join us.
All right, everybody. We're going to take a break and then we'll be right back. Have an amazing evening, Jen. And
thank you. You too.
Okay, y'all. How was that for you? Did you enjoy talking about dreaming and portals and movement and freedom in the body and joy? I don't know about you all, but I feel so full and so honored, and just, it's been amazing. We're going to take a little break and then we're going to be back with the glorious OsunKemi. We're going to talk a little bit about womb activation and the power of our yonis. And who else knows what's going to come up in our conversations, because it's always a good time talking to her. So we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
You're here, I'm pleased, I really dig your company. Your style, your smile, your peace mentality. Lord, have mercy on me. I was blind, now I can see what I came supposed to be. Baby, I feel free, come on and go with me. Let's take a long walk around the park. After dark, find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Surah 31:18. Your background, it ain't squeaky clean. Sometimes we all got to swim upstream. You ain't no saint, we all a sinner. But you put your good foot down and make your soul the winner. I respect that. Man, you're so fat and you're all that plus supreme. Then you're humble, man, I'm numb, yo, feeling. I can feel everything that you bring. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbal elation, stimulation, share our situation, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we can talk about Revelations 3:17. Or maybe we could see a movie, or maybe we could see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we could roll a tree and feel the breeze and listen to a symphony. Or maybe chill and just be. Or maybe we could take a cruise and listen to the roots. Or maybe eat some passion fruit. Or maybe cry to the blues. Or maybe we could just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbalization, stimulation. There are situations, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we could talk about something entirely. Let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbalization, stimulation. There are situations, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we could talk about something entirely. Or maybe we could see a movie, or maybe we could see a play on Saturday. Or maybe we could roll a tree and feel the breeze, listen to a symphony. Or maybe we can chill and just breathe. Maybe we can take her to the moon. Or maybe eat some passion fruit. Or maybe food. Or maybe ride to the blue. Or maybe we could just be silent. Come on, let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation, verbalization, stimulation. There are situations, temptation, education, relaxation, elevation. Maybe we could save the nation. Come on. I'm feeling high. My money's gone. I'm all alone. Too much to say. The world keeps turning. Oh, what a day. What a day, what a day. Peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. If your knowledge were your wealth, then it would be well earned. If we were made in His image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, no, no, no. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. Oh, no, no, no. All night to the break of dawn. I go on and on and on and on. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. On and on and on and on. God damn it, I'ma sing my song. I was born underwater with $3 and 6 dimes. Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. Like 1, 2, 3. Damn, y'all feel that? Oh. Like 1, 2, 3. The earth keeps turning. Oh, what a day. What a day, what a day. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. Does it seem colder in your summertime and hotter in your fall? If we were made in His image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, no, no, no. My life keeps moving like a rolling stone. No, 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 no. All night to the vulture song. I'll go on, no, no. I feel kinda hungry, 'cause my high is coming down. Don't feed me yours, 'cause your food does not endure. I think I need a cup of tea. The world keeps burning. Oh, what a day. What a day, what a day. You rush into destruction 'cause you don't have nothing left. The mothership can't save you, so your ass is gon' get left. If we were made in his image, then call us by our names. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh, no, no, no. My psyche's moving like a rolling stone. No, 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 no. You came from the east, ooh, wait, oh, no, no, no. My psyche's moving like a rolling stone. Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, cool. We've been knowing each other for a while. I'm into you. Just want to know what I gotta do, to get closer to you.
Wait a minute. Now, you know I'm in a situation. Why you... Don't do this. Why are you tripping like that?
Well, I understand that, but your whole vibe is, I can see myself being with you forever.
That's really beautiful. I kind of dig you too. You know that. We're friends, and I'm in a situation. I'm in a relationship, and you know what that means.
Well, whatever I gotta do, I'll do for you.
You put me in an awkward situation.
Now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? Want you in the world. How can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? What am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? Want you in the world. How can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl?
First time that I saw you, boy, it was a warm and sunny day. All I know is I wanted you. I really hoped you looked my way. Then you smiled at me so warm and sweet. I could not speak. You made me feel like a living girl. What do you do to me?
Now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? Want you in the world. How can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? I guess I'll see you next lifetime.
No hard feelings.
I guess I'll see you next lifetime.
I'm gonna be there. Your energy feels so damn good to me. It picks me up, don't wanna come down. You got me spinning all around. Yeah, you need to know I've got somebody, but you're beautiful. But still, it ain't that type of party now.
Now what am I supposed to do
Want me
when
to
I want you in the world? Want you in the world. How can I want you for
can't
myself
help my
when I'm
feelings.
already someone's
Oh,
girl? Now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world?
I know I'm selfish, but
How can I want you for myself when I'm already not enough to divide the pie. Ooh, now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? How can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? I guess I'll see you next lifetime. You know I wanna stay around. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm so confused now. Now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? But how can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm gonna be there. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. I'm gonna look for you. Now what am I supposed to do when I want you in the world? But how can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Oh baby, I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Now what am I supposed to do? You want me to do? Want you in the world? How can I want you for myself when I'm already someone's girl? Don't worry, this lifetime. 'Cause what you got is so defining. Next time I'll make you mine. Ooh.
All right, good people. We're back. Happy 12 days of sweetness. We are on day 3, and we're coming into the last hour of the evening. If you are just catching us, guess what? The replay will be available on our YouTube channel, on our Facebook, and even on our Instagram. We tried a little something different today, and looks like so far Instagram is holding strong. So there it is. 12 days of sweetness. We are streaming for 12 full days, offering you sweetness, love, joy, celebration, lessons in how to care for yourself, specifically Black women, loving nudges to step into a more divine, juicy, sweet life, all of those things. Y'all, I'm excited because we've been doing one luxury curator a day. Today we've done 2. Earlier we were with Jenn from Color Girls Liberation Lab. And I am getting ready to bring to the stage. I really should have like a horn, when you be at concerts and they be like, boom, 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 bring it to the stage. OsunKemi, also known as Lady Shepsa. I'm so excited for this conversation. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be sweet. And it's the perfect wind down to the evening. So without further ado.
Hello. Let me move my pillow out of the way. Hey, goddess.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Long time no see.
I know, right? Just this morning. Listen, if you all have not, we do a podcast which took a little break this year called How'd You Get So Sweet? And OsunKemi was one of the storyteller podcast interviewees. It was so good. I thought, let's bring her back.
Yay. Very happy to be back.
Welcome on this good, cold Brooklyn night.
Girl, yes. Listen, I'm grateful for my house and my heat that works.
Okay, listen. One of the things I really enjoy about being a grown-up, I love it and I hate it, paying the bill for the heat, but I get to control the temperature.
That is very true. Yes, because New York, it used to be heat and hot water included. They don't do that no more. They're like, you're gonna pay for your own heat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get to control it. So I'm not cold if I don't wish to be cold in my house. Outside is different.
Yeah.
In my house is very warm.
So I've been asking curators not to do a traditional, this is who I am, but tell us, what do you want people to know for sure about you?
Oh, I love that question. It feels very Oprah-esque. I know for sure that I'm a goddess. What do I want people to know for sure? That, I'm a goddess, as we are all goddesses, and I am your reflection, right? I am a woman, I'm a healer, I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a poet, I am a writer, I'm a massage therapist. I sometimes think too much and, try to control things that ain't none of my business. Which is why Spirit gave me the name for my company, Let Go, Let Goddess, because this is something I have to always, also often, to remind myself, us women who are overthinkers and those who we tend to be very intellectual, we are living our heads sometimes. So I always have to remind myself to let go and let Goddess. But I support women in helping them to connect to their divine feminine energy, their sensual energy, and their sexual energy, so that they live well-nourished, juicy, and unapologetic lives. And I definitely believed in the saying that well-behaved women rarely make history. So I've spent much of my life deconstructing my good girl persona. I even wrote a book called Nice for What? And help women to nourish themselves, particularly through life force energy, which is sexual energy.
Yeah. I just learned this earlier today. Shame on me for just learning this because I should know this. But yes, okay, come on. Multiple books, plural with an S on the end.
Plural with an S. Yes.
I was like, you got a book? And she was like, I have multiple books. And I said, thank you for that. I love that. I was gonna say, tell us how you got to this point. But I don't know if I want that to be where we go. We're gonna go a different route.
Okay. I'm flowing. Let go, let goddess. Yes.
Okay, come on with that. Okay, so you said well nourished. That was like, that piqued me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, when you say I want women to be well nourished, what does that mean?
It means, so I'm going to say what it's not, which is probably not the best way of giving a definition, but it's the first thing that came to me. It's not moving from exhaustion. And I think the word exhaustion is becoming very much so part of our vocabulary. There's even a book. I haven't read the book. I think it's a novel called Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. And I think the title of that book turned me off because I was like, oh, I don't like that at all. Okay. But I'm sure it's like, about something much deeper than that. I believe it's a novel. But anyway, I believe as Black women, as people like right in the modern day era, we tend to like be overworked and, but Black women in particular, the labor that is expected of us, not just physical labor, the working that we do, the emotional labor, the spiritual labor, so much is put upon our shoulders that we are often exhausted. So to be well nourished is to be the opposite of exhausted. It is to be well fed. It is to be well rested. It is to create purposeful space for pleasure, right? To cultivate pleasure and to not let pleasure, because sometimes I feel like pleasure is kind of accidental, like we kind of, we don't really plan pleasure because it feels like something very frivolous. But to be well nourished is to be like, actually, I give myself permission to center pleasure, or even to center pleasure in this moment. Because yes, maybe you work in 8 hours a day and you got to pick up the kids and you got to make dinner. But the moments that I can cultivate to connect to my pleasure, like let that be very purposeful and intentional. So that's what I say by well nourished and, well fed, like well sourced. Like, listen, I started taking, they had the Black Friday sale. I ordered me some flower essences. Ooh. I need to actually take some right now because I was supposed to take it before we started our call. And I ordered some vitamins. Vitamins. I got some collagen, some, all these different vitamins. Because I was just like, oh, I'm doing a lot. I need to make sure I nourish myself. So I want to take a little flower essence because I meant to do it.
Which essence are you taking today?
So this is one. The company is called Lotus Way. Open Heart is this one. And this other one called Awaken Perception.
Ooh, I love that.
So they have, usually if you're familiar with flower essences.
Yep.
So yeah, usually you have to do like a little quiz. And I like this one because you can go online, you do a little quiz. I've taken several different flower essences.
I love this because, so this also ties into the well-nourished piece. And we talked about this before.
Yeah.
There's a doctor that I love to see. I only see him like once.
Oh, yes.
A year.
I need to go see that man. I got his information still, but yes.
I go because I only see him about twice a year because it's not cheap. It's not covered by insurance. He's not considered to be a traditional doctor. But I guarantee you, every time I go to him, he does a little tap or something, and he can tell me exactly what is going on in my life, not just like physical ailments, but he'll be like, this is an exaggeration, but it's almost like this, like, oh, did you just lose your job? right? Like it'll be like,
Mm.
are you going through what? Did you just have an argument with? And he's he's very specific about it, right?
Mm.
I love him because he mixes up flower essence concoctions for me.
Oh, okay. So now I'm really sold.
Mm-hmm.
I'll find that email you sent me for 2026.
Yeah,
That sounds like a plan.
it's so worth it. You know, it's about a almost 3 hour session with him. He
Mm.
goes through your body from top to bottom,
Yes.
everything, because this is like this the book The Body Keeps Score, right? Like the
Yes.
body will tell you all the time exactly what is going on, right? Because
Mhm.
whatever's happening energetically or spiritually eventually shows up physically. He's
Yes.
able to, through tapping, through I don't even know what it is. I saw it in a movie once and I thought it was totally fake until I saw him. But they were, he'll make like a
Oh,
statement.
muscle testing.
Yes,
Yeah.
muscle testing. And
Yeah.
and so once the body responds, he has specific affirmations that you will say in
Mm.
response to whatever the body is telling you is
Oh,
going on.
listen. Yeah.
It's amazing. Even and so he has those, and then of course he has like stones. They're not crystals, y'all. Although I love a good crystal, they're not crystals. They're like almost like magnetic stones, but they
Mm.
go on certain parts of the body, and that will tell you which flower essence you actually need.
Oh, wow.
It'll even tell you, he will tell you to bring your any vitamins you're taking, any
Mm.
supplements, because he'll test it out to see if it actually is the right one for you.
Oh, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm so happy that we got, I don't know, the topic of flower essence came up and you mentioned that because for 2026, I'm going to see this man.
It's amazing. So I share that one. He's here in New York, y'all. So if you're not in New York, I don't know if you can see him, but it's a great example of the well nourished piece, right? Like we put these
Yes.
things in place to help us get to that level of fully being well nourished.
Mhm.
And yes, sometimes it can be costly, right? But my response to that is always you plan for it, right?
Yeah.
I have multiple bank accounts, and so
Mhm.
one is specifically for self-care, anything under the self-care realm, and I put
Mhm.
money in that, whether I want to go to the spa or I need to go get a massage or physical therapy or see the doctor. It falls in that like self-care bucket. So yes,
I
come
love
on,
it.
well nourished.
Yes.
I love that.
That word too, nourish. I just love
I
that word.
really do. When you said that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that feels right.
Mhm.
What is something you've been doing? So aside from the flower essence, what is one thing that you absolutely keep in your rotation to continue sweetening up your life on a daily basis or weekly or quarterly?
Yes. So, there's so much. I have many practices that I really love, like breast massage. I guess we could start there. Because Tuesday, I had a very long, I think that was the day we were like messaging Tuesday.
Mhm.
And I was like, child, I recorded my, my segment, my
Yeah.
lesson. And I had to head out. I'm also a massage therapist. So I did a chair massage event. And then I was lugging the chair I was like, never again. But it was a long event. By the time I came home, I was exhausted, right? I got home like maybe 6 o'clock. I was so tired. And I was just like, the more that I, use my energy, right? Like the more I exhaust myself or whatever work that I do, I'm like, I need to even fill myself up even more.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, it's okay. Because it's not every day that I have this experience where I'm like lugging a damn chair and massaging people back to back to back like I was Tuesday. So, but I'm like, when I have days like that, I need to like really make sure I pour into myself. So, what I did when I got home, I was like, first of all, of course, I got to get into a shower, take a nice long shower. And I put on my little negligee that I had on.
Mhm.
I put on my robe. Before I did that, I was like, I'm gonna do my breast massage. I'm gonna oil my body up and I'm gonna make myself feel luxurious,
Yeah.
right? I put some perfume on as well. Cause I'm like, I can't, that part of my day is over, it's done. The hard part is over. But now I can like really like revel in like this feminine energy.
Yeah.
So for me, even like simple practices like that, like putting on something silky or even
Hmm.
a lapa or a wrap or whatever, but something that makes you feel soft and sensual.
Yeah.
Doing like the breast massage practice, which is very simple. I teach it everywhere on my programs, but massaging the breast with oil. And it's one of the favorite practices that, the women in my programs do. So bathing rituals are like a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'm seeing
yeah.
some chats. I didn't know I
Yeah.
could see that.
Yeah, I just realized that I could see it, but I didn't think you could see it, so I just added it. One, because boss lady is saying yes, silk. Come on, silk. Listen, I
Yes.
love a good little silk robe.
Listen, I was like, I gotta get some more of them negligees, even if it's just for me, just put it on. It's just
I love that you say that. Wait, before I tell you this, I see you, Michelle. I will send you the information for the doctor. Come on to New York. You will not regret it. She's like, I'll come to New York. I need an appointment with him. Yes, you absolutely do. I will send it to you. Okay. Um, the thing about the negligees, what I used to do this all the time when I was living in Puerto Rico. It was one of my favorite things to do because I lived on the top of the building, like the top floor. So you can't really see me, like the balcony. I could be naked. I could walk around. You can't see me until the one time the coconut guy was in the tree and he was like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey, good morning."
Buenos dias.
I was like, "Oh, girl, hey." But I used to love just walking around the house in a little satin, little silk negligee. And I would, I told y'all this, I don't just do this just for lives. Like I'll be walking around the house with a wine glass. It usually be water, like refreshing, but it's there. I even do it during ritual
Mm-hmm.
and I'll choose the color. Like one of my favorite ones was a red one. I would wear
Mm-hmm.
that during ritual because one, I could feel like all of my feminine energy. It
Yes.
just made me feel even more powerful, right? It's something about when you feel sexy,
Mm.
clean, and sweet. It's like, okay, I could call in
Yes.
anything.
And well moisturized. Okay.
Come on with it. I say that to say, if y'all are not in the circle, you should be because the recording that you did is around activation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, my question to you is what are some wonderful, sweet, powerful, let's do two because I know you probably have many that you have manifested through your own activations.
Wow. Um, I'm going to talk about one of the major first ones because I remember specifically doing a sex and magic ritual for this. And this is like way back in 2011, 2012. And that's when I was first coming into my divine feminine energy. And like that was like my rebirth and my reawakening time. And so, one of the major things that I wanted to manifest is a poetry book. So, I have several books, yes, but my very first book that I self published was a poetry book because writing has always been my first love. I was actually a creative writing major in high school. I won a bunch of awards for my writing. And at that time, and I still consider myself an artist and I'm finding ways to incorporate that back. But at that time in 2011, 2012, that was like a huge thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to write this book. I had been wanting to write a poetry book for like ever. And at that time, right before I was married and part of my story is about losing my voice during my marriage. having my son and like literally having my throat chakra like lock up on me and not being able to like literally like speak and getting sore throats and laryngitis. So a big part of me reclaiming my power was beginning to write again and also perform again. So in this time, 2012-ish, even though actually a little bit before, I found the Sex Magic book. I'm trying to remember where I got it from. I didn't buy it. I think I took it from my ex-brother-in-law. I think I saw it in his house. I think that's what happened to it. Somehow I got it. I didn't purchase it. But I started working the rituals in the book. And so one of the things that in that particular book that she guided folks to do was create like sigils to represent what you want to manifest. So I created one for my poetry book, like things like a cover, like little things like that. And through lots of lessons and purification, really healing, I was able to self-publish a poetry book, which like that was like a huge thing for me because of so many literal years of having my voice blocked to be able to write a book and also take it through all the steps of publication. That's the word, publication, because I would start things. I think a lot of women experience this when you have a project, you have a vision, you have something that you want to manifest, and there was something really stopping me from carrying through. I think I was even back then trying to find a flower essence or something like that to help me to bring projects to completion. Because I would start things, I would have manuscripts or whatever, but I wouldn't bring it to completion. Now I don't have an issue bringing things to completion. Which is why I have 6 books. But yeah, it was a thing of like really carrying it full term, being able to have the confidence and the perseverance to birth it. So I know you asked for 2 things, but that was
no, that's really good.
in one.
And actually, as you were telling that story, I just remembered how I first met you.
How?
So it's tied. So she's a very dear friend down, came to Puerto Rico. She introduced me to you to like Let Go, Let Goddess. She was in your program.
Oh, Denise.
Yeah. And so I knew about you, right? But that's not, as you were telling that story, I just remember this and I totally forgot. I was in one of your classes and we did that ritual because I remember drawing the sigil.
Yes.
When you said that, I just got a flash of it like, oh my God. I totally, yes. Now at the time, was I still living in Puerto Rico? I might have still been living on the island. But I was manifesting money and I absolutely, if y'all are curious, I absolutely did manifest some good money. Yes. So it absolutely works. But yes, as you were saying, I was like, oh my God.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, it works.
Yeah, that was, wow. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so as you're talking about this, right, like what would be something that you would tell a woman who is hesitant about, I'm a big fan of ritual. Let me just say that, right? Yes, it's absolutely is important. We've been saying this. So 12 Days of Sweetness is a 12-day ritual. Okay, it really is. This is a full-on ritual. What we do inside the Sweet Life is a ritual. I believe in it. What would you tell someone, a woman who is like, I need a change. I need something. I don't know exactly what that is. I've been hearing about rituals and activation, but I don't really know. How would you get them to a space to just at least consider it?
So what's so funny about that is that we do rituals every day. Like rituals are part of our life. Whatever you do when you first wake up in the morning is a ritual. Most likely you're doing the same thing. Even if you wake up and just pick up your phone, be scrolling. You know what I mean? Like that's still a ritual. When you get up and go to the bathroom and wash your face and brush your teeth, you take a shot. That's a ritual. So it's just something that you do, that you repeat in a certain order. So I think what maybe stops some women is that they think rituals have to be this huge, like elaborate thing where you need 18 candles and a chicken and a huge bonfire and like it has to be a full moon. It doesn't have to be any of that, right? Really, it's your intention.
Yeah.
It's your intention is really what makes it a ritual. And, of course, we can incorporate different elements as we learn. We can be guided. We can, use a candle. We can get some incense. But what really makes the ritual powerful is your intention.
Yeah.
And focusing that intention on whatever it is. If it's healing, if you want to release something, if you're trying to manifest something, it's the intention. And if you grew up going to church, you experience rituals every Sunday. Church is a huge ritual.
Communion is a ritual, like
a ritual. So just really finding a simple, for those who are new, a simple practice. Your ritual could be something as simple as if you have a candle, you light some incense, you sit and you do some deep breaths, and you close your eyes, you listen, you pray, you meditate, having a way to really direct that intention to what it is that you want. And yeah, just seeing it as something very simple. While you're showering, you're in your shower, you can make that a ritual. You can be praying. You can, wash yourself mindfully. You can just make it easy. Make it simple. Keep it simple.
Make it easy, make it simple. I love that. You're right, though. I think most of the time, sometimes people think, oh my God, I gotta go buy this candle, this specific candle, this color. I need to have this herb. And really, you're right. It's the intention.
Yeah.
The supplies are really just tools to help focus that intention.
Yeah, because somebody can have all the tools and have no juice. Okay, rituals are flat, and somebody can have nothing but their word and curse your whole bloodline.
Right. You're like, I don't know why it's not working. I'm like, mine working just fine over here.
Exactly.
Oh man, what is one thing you want Black women to know or carry with them into the new year?
And I was thinking about this today for myself, and I'm going to carry this because I don't think I've said this intention before. I think we're often thinking we need to do more. My intention for 2026 is I'm doing less. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing less. And this month has been super, super busy. We were talking about that. And I was thinking today, I was like, you know what? Next year, I'm doing less. I'm doing more. Everything, my business, I'm doing less.
Yeah.
I'm going to have one main offer, little side offers here and there. Everything. However I can simplify it, that's what I'm doing. So I think Black women in general, we need to do less.
Yeah.
And stop trying to do shit for other people, because that's also what we do. We take on other people's stuff.
Okay.
Create projects and carry too much, and then one of our be tired and exhausted. So my advice that I'm going to take for myself and share with everybody else: do less.
Do less. I love that. I'll never forget a friend of my wife's. Their parents came to visit, and I remember I try not to do this, but sometimes it happens where I'm like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" I was talking to her mom. I said, "Oh, what do you do?" And she said, "I'm a lady of leisure." I said, "Oh, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up."
Okay, yes, please.
And that has stuck with me. I was like, "Oh, that's what I want. I want to be a lady of leisure, do whatever I want, whenever I want, at my own pace." That be that.
I love that.
Yeah,
like an older retired woman, or was she like?
I mean, I think she is retired. She's older, but not like she. I think she's in her maybe late 60s.
Okay, yes.
She traveled the world
for her.
I said, "Oh, I think I said that to her. I was like, I love that for you. She was like, I want to be a lady teacher. I said, this is my new aspiration in life. It's like,
Do less.
do
Rest.
that.
Enjoy. Pleasure.
I want to play a game with you, but before we get to the game, you said something that made me think. You always say something that makes me think, but this one, I was like, oh, let me make a note of this. Are you ready to share what your one offering is going to be next year, or is it still?
I'm ready to share.
Share it. Come on, I want to hear this.
Let me get I don't have my little fancy glass like you. Girl, I keep breaking them glasses. I got to get, I had to chat.
I'm very careful. I'm surprised I've had these glasses as long as I have had them, because
some sexy wine glasses. So my main offer for next year is a program called Pleasure Priestess. So it is a certification program for women of color who are interested in becoming divine feminine and sacred sexuality coaches. So it is a new iteration of a previous program I had, which was called Queen, which was also had a certification component, but Queen also, it had 2 tracks, right? So we're talking about keep it simple. Queen, which I ran for, I think I had 5 cohorts. So I love doing Queen, but it had 2 tracks. So it was a track of women who were just going through the journey. It was a 13-week program. They were going through the journey for themselves. And then there was a track of women who were doing the certification. So I noticed as the years went on, a majority of the women who were doing it for the certification. So I was like, let me just make this really streamlined and just have it for the women who are doing certification. And then also like make it my ideal vision, right? Ideally for me, I'm like, whoa, I want us to actually meet and also have a retreat.
Yes, come on.
we can do both. So so Queen used to be just a 13-week online program. And then for the women who were doing a certification, they would work with me for another few months on the business part and, the parts that you need for a certification. So right now, Pleasure Priestess is a 6-week online component, and then a 6-day, 5 nights. Is that correct? Yeah. Retreat in Mexico. So the idea is that, we will set some foundations, do some pre-work online, and then we need to come together because, I feel like, the online thing is cool, especially during COVID. We ain't have no choice, but I feel like people are getting a little fatigued with online, and especially with the work that I do, which is, like you said, ritual based. There is a transmission that comes when we come together, but also when you leave your everyday life and you're not like, you have some time to retreat away, escape the grind, escape, having to do and be, and you can just come and we can commune together. And it makes the process, I think, more also ritualistic and mystical and all those things. So that is my main offering for 2026 Pleasure Priestess. If you're interested, my information is probably somewhere around here.
Yes. If you're in the community, there is a way to connect. It's also a really great offering from you in the marketplace. Y'all, go on over there, check it out, connect. I love that, blending it together, because there's also something that's really dope about a cohort who has been doing the work, right? And then they get to come together at the end, and it's like, oh, we've gone on this journey together, right? And now we can connect in person. There's nothing like in-person retreating. I love a good retreat.
Yes. You do masterful retreat. I ain't been on one yet, but I see.
It's okay. You're gonna come on one or two. It's gonna happen when the time is right. But yes, I love that. I love that for you.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'm excited because I'm just like, this year, no, I did do. I'm like, I did a retreat. I did a retreat in Ghana. How can I forget? Like, I didn't know I didn't do a retreat last year, but this year I did Ghana. So next year it'll be Mexico. We have a pleasure priestess.
All right, y'all heard it here. Check it out. Let's play a game.
Yay!
Okay, this is rapid fire questions. It's really just 3 questions.
Okay.
The first one is, let's check Keisha got for you today. Okay. What does pleasure mean to you now?
What pleasure means to me now is rest, is sustenance, is nourishment, it's orgasm. But really just being able to savor the moment, right? I like that word savor, but to savor and to be in the moment, really. And sometimes it may not always be sweet, but allowing myself to actually to be present. So yeah, I would say pleasure really is presence.
I love that. Ooh, pleasure is presence.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good, man. You've been dropping some good.
Let me write that. Let me remember what
I know. Listen,
Yeah.
please write that down because that was good. Next question. When did you first meet your feminine power?
So, oh wow, that's really interesting. I'm trying to write that down, but I'll remember. I really feel like, wow, it always was there, but under, I didn't know what it was. So there's 2 things that kind of come to mind. And I share this often in my master classes, and it may sound weird to folks, maybe not. But I remember being orgasmic from a very young age from self-pleasure. Like literally, I know it had to be like 4. It was before kindergarten or like being able to, just self-pleasure, just through innocent self-exploration, being able to bring myself to orgasm. But I not even really knowing what that was, but just knowing I had this ability in my body, like, so then you have religion and you have church and you find out that you're doing something wrong, you're supposed to be doing that, and all the shame and all that shit. So that's one moment. And then another moment was I went to school for theater. I went to arts high school, and I would, do shows and things like that. So I was in this youth like ensemble, and we created this show about the journey of the African American from Africa to America, back to Africa again, because we were going to Africa anyway. It was like we were walking through certain timelines in history, and there were certain people who were I was not a dancer. I was not the dancer girl. I was more the little poet actor girl. But anyway, we did this scene that was supposed to be like Cotton Club-esque era. And I think they had different people kind of audition for like, I don't know, but it was some type of movement part where I was like this kind of seductress energy. And I was able to do it. I don't think I did it for the show, but just for the rehearsal, whatever like that. But I don't know why that sticks out in my mind of like a moment, like a glimpse of like that power to, to command, to take the stage, to seduce and allure and things like that. So I don't know, those are 2 random memories.
I love that. It makes me remember the last time we talked, you were talking about doing a dance class.
Yes.
How has that been?
Yeah, so I haven't gone as much, talking about being busy, right? This season because of busyness, but I have gone. But I love that. It was Congolese dance.
Yep.
But I did start also taking belly dance again. So I have been doing more dance. But both of those are great because it's moving that we talk about the sacral chakra, like moving that sacral chakra energy, that sexual energy, through movement, through dance. And I think that's something that as women being in Western culture where everybody sits down. We sit down. I'm sitting down right now. We on the computer. We sit down so much that we don't really get to move our hips. We don't get to move our, this our reproductive organs. They need that energy. They need like that massage when we whine and when we dance and when we move and when we circulate that energy. So yeah, dance is still very much important to me. In 2026, I will be doing more of that. But yeah, I was able to add belly dance to my mix as well. So
I love that. Listen, the last time you said dance, I said I was going to take a dance class. I did not, but I think I might do some belly dancing.
Come with me.
I love that.
Yes.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on my list for real.
Yeah, come to belly dance. I'm not going this Friday because I'm gonna see Burna Boy, but on the Friday I'm usually there.
Yes, please listen, because I need that in my life.
Yeah, and it's very fun, and and it's not because Congolese is fun too, but it's a 90-minute class, and we be fighting for our life sometimes. They don't play, but I love it because they have live drums. This is amazing. But belly dance is nice. It's not as you won't be ready to die as you will in Congolese.
I'm not ready for that, but yes, I would. I do need to. I feel you with like we're always sitting. And because I already have hip issues. And so I can feel it when I'm moving them, right? Like, especially when I go for a walk, my hips are always asking for me to like pause and reshift and move. And when I do that, I'm like, I feel a little, okay, thank you. I love that. Last question. Finish this line. My womb whispers.
My womb whispers. Love. That was what came to me.
I love that.
Yes.
That was really sweet.
Yeah. Love.
That was good. Thank you.
Thank you. See what my shirt says? What does it say? It's Winnie the Pooh. Sweet like honey.
Oh, where did you get that shirt from? I need that.
I got this from Mandy's like last year. I don't even know if they still have. They have like graphic tees sometimes. So
yeah, that is so cute.
I love
on brand
growing up, but I wore it for us tonight.
Thank you. Come on, branding. Appreciate it. We're gonna do one more giveaway tonight.
Oh yes.
In celebration of you having books on books on books, we're doing a giveaway of one of your books.
Yes.
And tell us what this book is, y'all. Or not y'all, you.
It's called Wet. 30-day deep dive into sensual bliss and feminine pleasure. So what this book basically does is breaks down many of the sacred sexual teachings and practices that I studied for years and years into bite-sized, easy to do exercises. So what I found when I was, beginning to study this material, the Taoist practices, the Tantra practices, sometimes it can actually be very heady, because a lot of these books are written by men. So they can have a very like intellectual kind of heady approach to it. And I was like, let me reframe this in a way that Black women, I mean, any woman really can understand it, but like really simplify it, but also stay true to the lineage and the practices and also make it fun. Like, what I mean? This is supposed to be fun. So it's 30 days of exercises. There's images in here. Like I had an artist. One of my former clients is an artist, and she created images and made the women Black. Okay,
because that's important.
Okay,
I love that. Oh, I love that.
Got vulvas in here, all types of stuff. Journal reflections. So, yeah, 30 days. You take yourself through this and awaken your sensual energy.
I love that. Okay, so this is the giveaway. How should we choose the winner?
Oh, I have no idea.
All right. Okay, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to can you can't, oh, they don't move for you, huh?
What?
The comments. You can't see them moving.
The last thing I see was sounds fun. I don't see anything.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was gonna say but you choose, but you can't see them. I guess I can. I'm the only one that can see all of them as they're coming in. All right. I'm just going to scroll and stop, and that's gonna be the winner. Actually, you know who we're gonna give this to? Let's give this to Michelle, who was like, I'm gonna come to New York to see the doctor.
Okay. Yes, Michelle.
I feel like you would really love this, and you're so willing to. You don't know nothing about this doctor. You just heard it.
She committed to her healing.
Okay, she's committed. So, Michelle, you are our giveaway winner this evening. You're getting this glorious book by. Is it Lady Shepsa on the book, or is it
Lady Shepsa? Yeah, definitely Lady Shepsa on the book. Yeah.
The book is called Wet. It's glorious. And
for anybody else who didn't win, you could also find it on Amazon.
You could. I will drop the link. Michelle said, "Wait, can you see this?" That's like, yes. So Michelle, I will email you to get your information so that we could send it to you. I also, for those of you in the community, I will drop the link to the book in the community so that you can grab the book if you're interested in getting this good book. I'm probably gonna get one for myself, honestly, because it sounds. I feel like I could use that. But yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was really fun.
I think I told you how we're closing this out.
Oh yes, I'm adding to a song.
You are adding to the song, and 2 snaps on a circle. Yes, Michelle is so excited that she's won. Okay, so you're also day 3. I'm gonna drop all of these in chat, Keisha, and she's gonna compile the song for us properly. But what is your
chat, Keisha?
Yeah, that's what I call my chat GPT.
Oh, I love it. I need to name mine.
Listen, because when you build a relationship with it, just in case they decide to take over the world, I need Keisha to advocate for me. Okay,
listen,
she need to be like, listen, she was good to me. She leave her alone. But yes, okay, so on the 3rd day of sweetness, we offer this to you.
Oh wait, so I thought I was going to be able to hear the first 2 parts.
You want to hear the first? Oh.
Yes, I want to. My bad.
All right, let's see. On the 1st day of sweetness, we offer this to you. The sound of joy smiling.
Okay.
That was the first one.
Okay.
Y'all, I'm not classically trained.
That's all right.
Just so you know. On the 2nd day of sweetness, we offer this to you. I don't know how to get hers in here. Rest because you did your best.
Oh, that's cute.
And then Jenn's was on the 3rd day of sweetness. We offer this to you. 3 portals for dreaming.
Wait, so all right, so I'm thinking about the actual song. So I'm number 4, or I'm still.
I'm gonna add you to number 3 as a bonus.
Oh,
I say I'm gonna work it. I'm gonna get Chat Keisha to work it in there.
Okay. Wait, say hers again. Sorry, I'm gonna get the tune.
Jenn's, Jenn's was. You just want to hear me sing.
Yes, goddess.
On the 3rd day of sweetness, we offer this to you. 3 portal. Wait, what did I say before? Now I don't know the tone. It's late.
My bad.
3 portals for dreaming. On a second there. She's doing 3 portals for dreaming. 3 portals for dreaming.
3 portals for dreaming.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me put my creative hat on. We in on number 3.
Because you could also do like and a bonus.
Oh, and a bonus, sweet yoni.
Yes, that's a great one.
That's what I got for you.
That was good. That was really good, actually. Well, I can't wait. Y'all, I'm not going to sing the full song for you all, but those of you in the circle will get a digital card that shows all of our songs. Yes, boss lady, that was good, right? That was a good one. Maria said that this is funny. It is. Listen, the struggle is real. So by the end of these 12 days, we all gonna be songwriters. So
okay, listen,
we adding something else to our repertoire.
Add it. Yeah.
Cha-Cha, I want to support all these ladies. Cha-Cha, if you are not in the circle, you please, the thing that's scrolling across the bottom will give you access. Inside the circle, you will get all of the recordings from all 15 luxury curators, their lessons, their meditations, their activations. It's so good inside there, as well as the full marketplace offering. So all of the curators have created really, really dope offerings, from coaching programs to retreats to products to coffee dates. I mean, it's just, the list is a gamut. So check it out in there. We love that. Yes, we want to support Black owned businesses, especially Black women.
Okay.
Thank you again for joining me this evening, for rocking with me.
Thank you for having me. It was fun.
I love that. Thank you for saying yes. Listen.
Yeah, even though it took me a while, because what was that? October? Ooh, child, it was a lot.
It's okay. Because, I knew it was going to come together however it was.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Always a pleasure.
And I'm so proud of you. Like, this is amazing. The branding, all of this.
Thank
you. I love it.
I was just telling someone earlier, next year we're going to have sponsors. That's my big vision.
Oh, yes. I love that. Do that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have an amazing evening. Good night to you all. See you tomorrow. Same time. 6:00 p.m. is when we kick it off. It's from 6 to 9. We have another really amazing curator joining us tomorrow. We're talking about writing rituals and manifesting, because we love to do that. You can also check out the replays in the portal, as well as on YouTube, maybe Facebook. I don't know. Instagram stuck with us for the whole 3 hours. Yay. And with that, good night, everybody.
Good night.
See you again tomorrow.